let's get into it. So, for those people that don't know, we're going to be doing coaching. I'll coach LaSh in some games. He played, like you said, played a best of 5 against Sassy. And we're going to see what he's doing, what he can do better, and all the other good stuff. And the first game we're going to be doing is Byzantine versus French. That should be a pretty good matchup for you.
Yeah, right. I was a bit surprised that he picked French. I can send you the draft if you're interested, but yeah, I was really surprised about French.
He likes playing French, so I think it's more like a player pick, than anything else.
Yeah, maybe baiting me into... I mean, I'm using my Byzantines, right? So after that, he can maybe play against some other civ for me.
Okay, let's see what you're doing here. I'll just look at your point of view and just kind of tell you what I would do or what you should be doing in that moment. So first things first, I always like to build houses with Byzantine on like the outskirts of the base. So like over here or here or here. So when you upgrade it later, you can see a lot more. So this house I would probably build against French here. Because you can block knights, and when you upgrade, it's going to give you like vision all the way down. And actually get the house upgrade somewhat quickly against French or any knight civ, because it's pretty cheap, and you're going to get it eventually anyway. And if it saves 1 worker, it's already worth.
Yeah, good point.
Okay. I'm not going to comment. I mean, scouting is just scouting, like. Getting sheep and all that's nothing crazy. So when I play Byzantines, I don't know what build exactly you do. I guess I'll see in a second, but I usually go with 3 on gold, because having 3 on gold with the cistern is going to allow you to just get eco upgrades in time, and slowly just get eco upgrades and then blacksmith upgrades in a pretty good time. So it kind of works out really, really well. And another thing I would suggest, which I just realized, you want to do the 1 farm opening with Byzantine. So yeah, you always make the farm where the berries are, and you chop exactly 10 wood, and then you just continue. You do a 7 on food, 3 on gold, and then you just send on food until you age up. Because you want to make farms anyway, and the wood that you have right now, the 50, is like not doing anything. So you might as well just spend it and start getting oil a little bit faster.
Yeah, I saw the split order. I should adapt, yeah, that's true.
And it's pretty nice. You also get some food saved in sheep. Although it's Byzantine, you don't really need sheep, but it feels pretty good. Okay, so these guys should go on the berries. These guys also on the berries right after. But yeah, like I said, if you have 3 on gold, you will basically have enough workers, enough gold to get wheelbarrow and double broadaxe immediately. And if you position your cisterns in a good spot, you should be able to use the Dialecticus for both, so they research super fast.
I see.
Yeah, so like this house right here, I would probably put it like, I would take 1 gold villager and put it like here maybe even. So once you upgrade, it's going to give you vision like all the way around. Or I would even put it here so it gives you, if French usually likes to raid on the woodland as well, right? So if you put a house here, it's going to give you a lot of vision. It's a small thing, but once you get used to it, like your base looks like a light bulb. You see like everything around it.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think it's like automatism, like you're always trying to have short moving ways with your builds, and then I'm putting the houses near to my base. But with Byzantines, I should change,
So another thing is that you can do better. It's like optimizing Byzantines. So try to always make a plan for your cisterns. So I try to put the first cistern to always get gold and sheep, or gold and wood, and the second one is for the berries. So I don't really pay too much attention to the first cistern, like to be on the berries. I usually just make sure to get gold. So in this case, I would actually probably put this cistern, I would probably put it here. So it catches the stone, and I will have a lot of space for production buildings. So all this will be free for production buildings. So you can plant like pretty much everything there for free. And then second cistern you can put here, so that you get not only full wood line, but you can also get berries all the way up to here. And that way, you can put this cistern on the Dialecticus, so that double broad axe and wheelbarrow and everything researches faster. And then you could leave this one on the military production. But now it's, you know, you have to swap like back and forth if you want to optimize super well, because your barracks is now the same one as the other ones. So even if your setup is like this, the barracks should have been on the upper side, because it would be a lot easier just to not have to switch them back and forth the whole time.
Yeah, good point. I think later on my blacksmith is also at this cistern, so I always swapping the buff.
Yeah. So it's just like a thing to make it easier for you, actually. You know, so it's, you don't have to do it all the time. And I usually, so if I did the setup that I just said, if my first cistern was here, the other one was here, my blacksmith would be here. Also, lumber camp is here, and the mill upgrades are here, and then military would just be on this side. So then you don't have to like switch back and forth or worry about that. Okay. So now you should scout if he is going to TCs. I actually haven't seen if you scouted anything or when you scouted the stone.
I checked the stone.
Okay, you should also always check if he's going continuous sniper production, if he's going archers, if he's going... Some people do delayed stone these days. Some people even go 2 stables. I've seen a lot of people, you know, do that, and then they catch off guard and kind of snowballs. So you wanna keep active with that. Or even if the opponent is like super committing to extremely early archer range, like if the French is making an archer range almost at the same time as they're like aged up and they make a knight and an archer range, that probably means that they have no upgrades. So in that case, you can even make a tower, because they're committing so much to like the fast push. If you just don't take any damage and you get your upgrades, you're ahead already.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I think I put my scout back to have better vision to defend the knights.
See if you have the little house upgrade there. Also, this should have been walled before the first knight arrived, because now the problem you're facing is if you chase the knight this way, right, he can go here, and then the other knight shows up here, and then you have to defend 2 sides. But if this is walled, and you do a small wall here, all your units can be on this side of the map, AFK, and he can't do anything. So you need to set up like a really good defense. That's why I say, like, Byzantine is like China. You have to have like a plan in your head what you're gonna do. So whenever I play Byzantine, I always have in mind, like, okay, if I put... You know, if my bears are here, that's going to be a point of contention, and then gold is here. So if I just put my army on this side, he can't do anything else anywhere, right? So all I need to do is wall this, and then the wood line is not a problem either.
Yeah, true. I think I'm doing
this is what's happening right here, right? Because you can't mine gold because he's on both sides. You don't have quite enough units right now, so it's a bit messy.
Yeah, you're right. I can do this before the first knight arrives.
Yeah, because you can see it's kind of like you're not losing the game, right? But it's like, oh, you're gonna lose a... Oh, never mind. Almost losing a limited A. Now the knight might come from this side. These spearmen, if this was walled, they can stay here, so you have more units together. Javelin throwers, okay. It's good against French. I don't... so... At least when I play, I don't make stable at all against French, because all you need to do is just camp with javelin throwers, and when you have about 8 javelin throwers, you should be unkillable. So at least in feudal age. So his strongest point is until you get 8 javelin throwers out, because after that the archers are getting 1 shot, and you can always just kite towards your town center, and there's basically nowhere he can attack into you. So there's no need for you to go out on the map with horsemen or try to counter his archer with horsemen, because you're already countering them with javelins. So you're kind of double countering them now in a way.
I think the idea was to have some mobile units to raid, maybe, because French always tries to get the food from the map, right? So they can raid maybe.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't want necessarily to enter the raiding game with French, because all you need to do, your army is better, straight up. Like, way better in straight up fights. So all you need to do is get a strong army and push out in one big go and not take damage from harassment. So that's your like win condition. For him, win condition, he needs to do damage somewhere. And oftentimes French players will like overextend to try to do some damage. You know, lose knights or make mistakes, and then you have an even easier job of dealing with that.
Yeah, fair point.
You can see now his upgrades are coming in just now. So if he, for example, got a super early archer range, all those would be delayed. And if you had gold mining the whole time and got your upgrades, then you would already be quite a bit ahead. Now this is super risky because you don't know where the knights are. So the knights might be right here or out of range or you know. So you have a lot of vulnerable points now. This is vulnerable, this, and the gold as well.
Yeah,
So
I think
three knights, I think.
Yeah, right. I'm putting my reinforcement to my gold. My barriers are not there anymore, so I thought I'm in a defendable position. But I think I'm moving out a bit too early because my second group of Janissaries is not Janissary, Javelin throwers is not there.
Yeah, you want 8 at least, and then you move out. Also, +1 ranged armor should be always priority. So like right now, what you should prioritize, if you did go horseman already, I would just raid with a scout and horseman. The other units don't need to raid at all. Like, you don't need to attack yet, because like you said, you don't have enough javelins, you don't have +1 range armor, so you can just sit with everything back home, and you can just push out with horsemen, try to attack deer, because you probably saw that they're dead on the map. Another thing you could do, there's basically 2 ways to play Byzantine. One is to try to fight for berries on the map, and the other one is to play super campy and just add, kind of like HRE, you just add a farm here and there, and that way you get the oil. So you can do both, depending what kind of spawn you have, right? Like, for example, here you could have also walled like this if you wanted the berries. And then on the bottom side, you could wall here, and then connect the walls, and then you have your whole base defended, and you get both berry patches for you. But I think if you play against a Knight Civ, and your Civ is like at a good advantage against it, I think if the berries are not super safe, just go with farms. It's a lot safer, it's under the winery, it's under TC, so you don't have to worry about it. And you want to have like 8 to 10 on wood. You don't need more. So once you build your production buildings and blacksmith, every wood you get, you just make, you know, a farm here, a farm there. And slowly build up your food count. Okay.
Yeah, I always feel like a strong part of Byzantines is that you have a good feudal age army, and you can pretty easily go Castle Age behind of it, so the transition feels really smooth.
Yeah, so right now, like, I'm looking at this, and for me this is so scary, because you don't know where his army is, you don't know how many archers he has, and if you get caught here, he's just gonna mow down your army. He doesn't have +1 range attack, luckily, but I'm not sure where his archers are. That's not 15 archers. Okay, they're all here. Like, that's a big army. Now it's a lot different when you have 8 javelin throwers, because now even if he tries to engage, you can kite like forever and pick off units one by one.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, these horsemen, they should just go around already to do some raiding. You can always raid the gold, because you know that he's gonna be on the gold for sure. Another reason why people don't go for horsemen, by the way, in these kinds of matchups, is because you are delaying your age up. So, if you didn't make these 5 horsemen, right, they didn't do anything so far, right? They didn't kill anything, they didn't harass anything. If you put all that food, you could have had 700 food, 350 gold. You're almost at the age up. So you should look at it that way. And because they didn't do anything, and you're relying on doing like economic damage with them, usually civs that do that are civs that want to do harassment, or that's their win condition, or they're creating the lead. But because you play Byzantines, you already have a lead. So all you need to do is not lose villagers, and you're gonna be good to go.
Yeah, right.
Like, I would personally, like I said, I would just go back home, take the horsemen, go harass, and I would sit at my gold and just age up. Okay, that's pretty good pick off.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling too confident there to force the fight.
Yeah, like this is super risky for me. Like for me, if I don't know exactly how many units they have, I don't push. Okay, this run by probably not gonna do a lot unless there's no reaction.
Yeah, I think I'm focused on the fight.
Yeah. So now this is gonna be okay. You didn't lose that many. Lost 2, 3. The problem is, whenever you push with the land army, if you are not sure you're gonna win, you can't really retreat. So what he should do now, give him a little bit of coaching. These knights should go around and meet your army and crunch it from both sides, because now you're not fighting with your full army, and then he would be. So it would go pretty bad for you. So right here, from like enemy point of view, all he needs to do is keep making units and not let you reinforce. And if he doesn't let you reinforce, then he's just gonna have more units. Even though your comp is better, he's just gonna have more because the reinforcement point is right here. And he's not overextending, he's just poking a little bit. Okay, good raid. That's probably gonna go down. Yeah. Back home. So basically what you did here with the farms, you're slowly transitioning, but you kind of went from 0 to 8. What you want to do, like I said, is just have villagers chop wood like 10 the whole time and just slowly add one by one, so you don't have this. You're about to run out of food. And then you're either going to have like 30 on wood and then you're going to add a bunch of farms, or they're going to go on deer. So you want to avoid that. You want to, as you're entering castle, you still want to have sheep and you're slowly adding farms constantly. Because you also want to make sure, if you look, you haven't made javelins in a while. You want to make sure that somewhat your javelin production is very consistent.
Yeah, right.
And if he resets your javelin count to 0, that is very bad for you. Because then the archers become way stronger than they are already against your comp. Because then you have nothing left, right? Archers skill limit an A, and you will not have enough javelin thrower DPS to kill archers before your limit an A die, and then knights just mow down everything. If you were, by the way, aging up, or you were close to aging up here, and you're doing these moves and then you go back, that's not a bad move. Because it keeps the enemy from attacking you. So they're playing like worried, they're playing defensive, then you age up, and then he's like, oh shit, I need to attack. And by the time he attacks, you finish your upgrades, and then you're, you know, in the lead again. Okay. Yeah, this is what I mean. So all your villagers are now gonna go on the deer, which you can do, but you preferably want to have more consistent food income and just berries in general. Like, could also probably just wall this now, or while you were attacking, could have tried to wall this with few limit an A, just to have some more map control, and then the only point of attack is here. So you kind of eliminate the harassment from the knights. Makes the game a lot easier for you.
Would you still go on berries at this point?
Yeah, like these guys, I would just send them to berries here. Because you can never have too much oil. So it's not a bad idea as long as you're walled. Like, I wouldn't just go YOLO here, but if you were fully walled, then yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think I want to transition to Castle Age, and Dia has a way better food income, so... And the Dia page feels really safe in the back. But I got you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Like, you have enough farms to where you can sustain oil, but I would still go berries just because, you know, one of the strongest parts about Byzantine is the mercenaries, so... Okay, you get a little bit caught off guard here. So in the raid here, you can just leave those in the tower. Always when you're getting raided, by the way, if you see that you're too late, which is gonna happen with moving back, immediately press Akritoy defense. French knights do not two-shot your villagers with charge auto attack if you activate this. So just
Oh yeah, good.
So yeah, just do it immediately. If you see like, oh, I fucked up, I'm gonna get hit, just do it.
But sure, I think I'm always forgetting about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an awkward timing because now I'm floating food because I wanted to go Castle Age but can't get my gold.
Yeah, that's another problem with deer, because you go from nothing and then they all drop off, and then it's like, oh, I just got 600 food from nowhere. This is pretty good rating. You're ahead on villagers. You lost some, but obviously you killed a lot more, so this is fine. Like these guys, if you saw that you have that much food, by the way, I would put all these guys on gold. Because one thing that Byzantines needs a crap load of in Castle is a shit ton of gold. Because you need to get mercenary upgrade, spearman upgrade, you need to start making crossbows, you need to get +1/+1, teardrop shields, you need to start making monks. So there's a lot of resources that you can spend. So usually
I think
Go ahead.
I think I pulled my villagers from the farms, but that's obviously not that smart because I'm losing.
Yeah, you wanna
also.
you wanna keep the farming at all times. Like right now, this is a lot scarier than it should be. Like at this point, the game should look a lot smoother for you, but this is pretty scary. This is 100% gonna cause idle time. If he attacks here and then swings around, he's gonna idle this. Potentially landmark and all these farms and woodline. I don't know if he's gonna commit, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong here. So yeah, usually when I'm aging up, I probably put like 6 to 8 on wood because I want to have or like 8 to 10 on wood to produce some archer ranges and more barracks and stuff. And then my whole split is like, let's say 25 on food and like 18 on gold. Like that ratio. Like I put a lot on gold because you're gonna need a lot of it. Like this upgrade is also 250 gold, so it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so some idle time. Yeah, this is what I mean. Look how much idle time this is. You had one died, so 15, 20 workers running around chilling. So he is not going here, but if he went here, that's another disaster in the making. And if he clicks on gold, by the way, he should know that this is an age up. Byzantine doesn't need 2.2k gold in feudal age. Okay, now you age up. So, now he's gonna go, but a lot of players, a lot more experienced players would recognize that you're aging up just from gold. So they would have moved around already. So now he is doing that, but it's already too late because the upgrades are coming in.
Yeah. And I was really struggling because I have no second gold on the other side, so I'm really trapped there with the gold.
Yeah, and that's another thing that would not happen, right? If you wall this side, you get this gold for free. Even if he pushes through here, you would have 8 to 12 javelin throwers attacking the knights, and then he's probably gonna make a ram, which delays his push, or you would go the other side, or, you know, it would just buy a lot of time. Yeah, this is a pretty good fight for you because he can't engage because of TC. He's getting guild hall. But yeah, 27 limit and A, this is not enough archers for it. So you can A move here and just kill him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is way too many units. Like, he needs to have more archers than limit and A too, so he can all in on your units. But yeah, this ain't it. Immediately should start getting relics, and also don't put relics in your grand winery. Always put them in a monastery. That's a mistake I see a lot of players do. They re-rally it here. Just make a monastery. Make them out of here, but make a monastery for them. Because you don't... If you set up your farms properly, you don't need more oil. You need gold.
It's the same amount, right?
I actually don't know. I think it is, but or maybe it's 100. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not
Someone
sure.
in the chat probably knows. But it says it generates olive oil instead of gold. But I would always rather have the gold, because if you make Varangian guards, they're also more gold expensive. So if you just get the relics, that kind of covers it.
Yeah.
He's doing some okay micro with the knights, but the problem is there's no archers. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's over at this point.
Yeah. Like if he was on 2 TC and this is the game, then I think he's in a very good spot. But 1 TC versus 1 TC, he should not. Okay, he has some farms, but he is nowhere near to enough economy to sustain any of this. And it's good if you're attacking the food sources, like on top and bottom. So the points of attack are good. The build, you need a better build for sure. And the horsemen, like you can make them. I would advise against it, at least in this matchup. I do actually go horsemen in a lot of matchups with Byzantines, but I wouldn't go horsemen in this one. There's just no need.
Yeah, because of the javelins.
Yeah.
Right, because normally you always play light cav, or you like playing light cav against French, but with Byzantines you have a good counter against the archer.
Yeah.
But that's a good point, because it's really a lot of food you need to produce them.
I mean, you probably made 20 horsemen that game, right? That's 2k food. You could have aged up, a whole age up before this one. Like that's enough resources to age up again, right? So you could have aged up with the same amount of javelins and Limitane, probably like 2.5 minutes ago. Maybe even a bit more, actually.
Yeah, right.
Or there's also nothing wrong with like maybe making, if that's your style, make stables and make 3 horsemen. 3 horsemen, in terms of harassment, if you micro well, are going to do the same as 8. Your whole point is to push him away from resources or make him wall or make him panic. So you don't need to make 20, you can just make 3. Like, you know that 1 horseman you sent on the deer in the north? That was just 1 horseman, and he wasn't gathering at all, so...
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do, because I like pressuring the food resources from French. But you're right, then maybe 3 are enough.
Yeah, like again, if that's your style, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I do a lot of things that other people don't think it's good, but I do it because, you know, I like it or it's my style or whatever, and every player has that. So it's not necessarily wrong, but he also made spearmen when he saw horsemen, right? So again, he's going to make spearmen if he sees 3 horsemen, because he doesn't know if you're making 3 or 20. He can't know that, so if he is making spearmen, he would probably make them, either way.
Yeah, true, maybe I'm forcing an overreaction as well.
I mean, if not, then he has to use his knights to defend horsemen, which then he can't be aggressive, so there's that. Alright.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you do with Iobid? Just fast castle?
Yeah, in this matchup I wanted to, yeah. Because I feel like Ottomans is maybe too slow to pressure me good enough before I'm hitting castle edge.
Yeah. Yeah, Ottomans do be like that. Okay. Are you going for tower?
Yeah.
Okay, so here I would I mean, you can go for tower. You can, to be fair, if you want to play like a bit riskier, you can even do a wall here, and then just skip tower completely and just age up, because it's gonna take so long for him to go all the way around, and you're still gonna have desert raiders. So the reason why it spawns like this is like, if his plan was to pressure you, in this spawns he can't, because this is what would happen. He comes in here, this is wall, right? He goes in here, he goes around with 5 units, let's say. 3 units, doesn't matter. And then you can just kill the reinforcements with your 2 desert raiders. And then you can turn around and kill these slowly. So he becomes kind of trapped, he can't engage you because of TC. And, it just becomes kind of problematic. A lot of Iobids also just make archer range or stable. So if you're playing against Ottoman and he's doing like pressure like that, you can just make 2 Desert Raiders. So you're gonna have like 4 by the time he pushes, and you can kill a lot of stuff with 4 Desert Raiders. So you can even skip the tower. Instead of making a tower, basically you just make a stable, and you do like a small wall, which doesn't cost much. So in a way, you've gained like 150 resources, right? Because you didn't quote unquote waste it on a tower. Because this is not a matchup where he's going to be harassing your gold in like 10 minutes. He's probably going to be defending himself, so... Yeah. Okay, military wing. Did you... Yeah, you messed up here, right?
Yeah, I messed up.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if it's worth it, because I think you want have the age up really fast, right? So maybe... And you want to use the berries when your opponent can't pressure your food, so then I can fall back to my sheep. So I'm not sure if I should leave my berries if I'm playing a fast castle age, because then my food maybe runs out under my TC and then I'm a bit trapped.
Okay, so that depends on the matchup, okay? So if your berries are here, front, and I'm playing against English, I'm just mowing down the berries. I'm not gonna wait for the eco wing, right? Because it's just, you don't know what's gonna happen. You might die, and then you have berries there, cool. So if like bears are in the front and I'm playing against English, yeah. In this matchup, and they're in the back here, I probably save them. Because you're not gonna be under that much pressure. But it also depends how many sheep you have, right? So if you found like 4 sheep, it's like, do you really want to risk saving berries and then running out of sheep and then you just die? So there's a lot of... It depends a lot on what matchup you're playing, what they're doing, and stuff like that. Now, there's 3 ways to do berries, by the way. Number 1 is the way you're doing, like 2 workers here, 3, 3, something like that, and then you swap them. I saw Vortex, he puts all 7 workers on 1 berry bush. So he just goes from this one, to this one, to this one, to this one with 7. So he doesn't need to check as often, or he doesn't need to check different berries, but he gathers them really fast. And I've also seen, I can't remember who, when they put 7 workers, they put 1 here, 1 here, 1, 1, 1, 1. So that way it minimizes the risk of...
Yeah, but you have a long walking distance. Distance.
Yeah, so there's that. I mean, it all depends, but sometimes it's really good to save them. Sometimes, you know, you don't need to, but yeah, I think in this case I definitely save them. All right, let's see. So here, you definitely needed Scout already at his base, because you need to know if this is 2 town center or he's castle rushing 2 or what he's doing. Because right here, you have no clue what you're walking into. So this is very YOLO. If there's a Sipahi, or 2, like if he had a stable and he's super fast producing or something, you might get caught off guard and lose the Desert Raider.
Yeah, true. I'm scouting way too late there.
Yeah. Let's see. And you didn't send the Sipahi, but if you did, that would have been a problem. Okay. Okay, you're going with a tower.
Wow, it's very nice. Very nice.
Hermes Prime, thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. So he is... Wait, he's double stable? Wait, weird.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised. Maybe because of a lot of food, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And he's not getting the berries either, which is a mistake. Okay. You're already aging up. Yeah, this is what I mean. So a lot of people open archer range. And imagine if you had like 2 more Desert Raiders. Like you can do so much kiting and just doing this, kite to TC and then just move back and just annoy him as much as possible.
Yeah.
And
it's only,
you know, if you're gonna make a Camel Lancers, for example, whatever the matchup is, you can also later use that stable for that, right? Okay, going into barracks. Wheelbarrow.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I saw a lot of spearmen, so I decided to go barracks first instead of stable. But I think it were only the spears from the military school, so
Yeah.
maybe I could have gone for the stable first.
So,
But I'm adding it.
that one's tricky because I would say 95% of the time you want to go for camel lancers, even against Ottoman, because you need them. You need to harass and map control.
Yeah.
If you scout and see they're like double barracks, then you just go, gulams and maybe archers, right? But even if they have one barracks, I feel like most of the time it's better to still go camel lancers, to just either force them to make more spears or have that threat of harassment. And then behind it, sometimes people go like one stable and they have some spears. You make camel lancer too. They add another barracks because everyone expects you're going to be massing camel lancers. But then you can do like triple archer range, get the archer upgrade, and just switch to archers immediately. So you kind of bait them into spearmen, and then yeah, you just mass archers.
Yeah, right. And it takes a long time nowadays for Ottomans to get the Janissaries, so
Yeah. So
pretty
you will
safe, I
have
guess.
some timing, yeah.
yeah.
As you can see already, he's walling, right? Like, he has to, in a way. You can't just leave everything open if there's camel lancers coming or any cavalry. So worker split. Okay. I would probably add here blacksmith before mosque, because he is committing quite a bit. So if he was aging up and these are like half the units, you go double mosque even immediately and start collecting relics, because you're gonna beat this army soon, right? But because he's committing quite a bit, I would go blacksmith first to get +1 ranged armor, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, good punch.
Because he is nowhere close to castle, so because of that, you're not really rushing to get the relics. You only rush to get relics if he has a chance of getting them. If not, you can just delay it. See, this is a very scary position for him to be in. Like, if you come from this side and you have more units, he loses the whole army and the game's over.
Yeah, I think that's the reason I positioned my army at the front there. It looked a bit weird, but I wanted to check if there's reinforcement and get it, so that I can...
That's what I was talking about earlier, right? If he comes through here, if you cut off reinforcements, like you did with your units, then you can just attack it and kill it.
Yeah.
So not like he's stuck now. Even if he runs, he's gonna lose a lot.
Yeah.
I would just go.
The problem was I didn't see his army. I thought he was going north, so yeah.
No. You lose a little bit too much, but you're still you're still ahead. Like, this is not a bad situation for you. See, in this case, now if I had blacksmith and +1, let's say this mosque was blacksmith, this got +1. Now I throw down double mosque, and immediately I go to his base immediately, and then get the relics. So if you're in your base and you're getting relics, if you can, that's great. But if you cannot move out of your base, you probably can't afford to get relics either. Like, if it's that scared that you can't beat his army, castle to feudal, then maybe it's a bit greedy to go for relics. And now this should be a easy fight. Yeah, now you just go in and just kill him. Yep. If he has too many archers or whatever, you can even make a mangonel. But
yeah, I think I'm switching archers behind of that.
Yeah. See, like this is good enough camel lancers. You can make a few more. You can even continue making them, or you can just quit making them now because you've done what you wanted with them, and you can just transition to something else now. I would just go workers here, by the way. I would send these gulams into workers and just kill all the workers. So look at it this way. This is what I always tell people. If you're fighting here now, right? For how many seconds you would say you were here? In this position now?
30 maybe?
30? Let's say 30, 40. If you're here, why not just fight here? So then he has to move away from the gold. And then you know for sure he's not aging up. Nothing changes if you fight here. The TC
I think
might
I was
shoot.
scared from the wall, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always something to have in mind. If you're fighting there, why not fight on berries, right? If you're here, why not just go in the wood line and fight there? Because this is now mining for free. Now, his macro is, you know, gone to shitter, right? He's not close to aging up. But there is a game out there somewhere where this will get him enough gold to age up, and suddenly he holds or something like that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I felt good like denying his food because he had villagers there. But yeah, I could have denied his gold. True.
Yeah. I mean, that applies for any stage in the game. Like, doesn't have to be now, but whenever there's a resource that he's collecting or might be collecting, you can just move there and force him to fight there. Like, sometimes they even put units on, like, hold position on gold, so that he's, like, shooting with the archers and doing no damage to them, but he's still not gathering anything, so.
Yeah, I felt like Roos is really good on this map. But I fucked up. It's a white one. You will see my opening is a bit, yeah.
That's Roos's secret. It's good on every map. Okay. How much can you actually get tier 2 in this map?
I think there are a lot of wolves.
Oh yeah, there are. There's only 3 here. One there,
I think
one there.
3 on, yeah,
3 on
3
each
on
side?
every side maybe. I can't remember how much bounty I had.
2 scouts? I mean, I guess you don't need 3 here.
Yeah, that was. I think I wanted to play 3 and then I was like, maybe I don't need 3.
Yeah. So here, I would have followed his scout to make sure he doesn't kill any wolves. Because you don't want to lose wolves to him. You should have more scouts. Because for him also, it doesn't make sense to make a second scout, I think. There's no need.
Right.
You just make 1. So, yeah. You lost the wolf, but it's not the biggest deal.
Yeah, now it's getting a bit awkward.
Oh, with the little boar. So all you gotta do is just bring a scout, and every time he pulls the boar, you just tank it away.
Yeah, and now, for now I'm fine because it's out of the range from the boar.
Yeah, that's a problem. See, if you had a scout, now you pull the boar on his villagers.
I think I'm trying to do this now, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is Socotra, basically. Well, now you can fight with villagers.
I should
He's
have done
aging
this,
up already. Yeah, it's
I think it was not worth it to take the risk for a Kreml there.
Yeah, probably not. Because this is a lot of... I mean, he had idle time too, but the thing is he was aging up. Like, if he was preventing his age up or something, it's okay, but he was aging up the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a lot of idle time, so definitely not worth it.
I
mean,
wanted to take the boar.
I'm trying to see... I haven't played against a lot of Rus or played a lot of Rus on this map. Like, oh, and then he takes the boar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's unfortunate. I think, oof, that is very rough. I mean, he definitely got you there. But you can put Kremlin in a lot of different places here. Like, you can, like, I would probably go something like here, maybe. You get
Takes berries, yeah.
double
I mean,
wood line,
food is
triple berry, sorry.
yeah.
You get stone. You're chilling.
It's not that much food on the map,
Yeah.
so it's quite important to get the berries.
Yeah, I mean, this is triple berry is really nice, and you get, if you Kremlin here, this can all be farms later, so you have a lot of space to put farms if needed or whatever. The other side, you could also go Kremlin here, so you have wood line, deer, gold, stone. I mean, you can go in the middle. I think you can go in the middle against any civ, except maybe not English.
Yeah, maybe I would have been still fine if I get the boar, but
Yeah, if you had a scout there, I think, and sub micro the villagers, like just micro the weak ones back, you could force the boar in his. Like when he was here with his villagers, I would have just attacked him with my own. Because there was 3 and you had like 8 or 9 here.
yeah, I was panicking.
Yeah. It happens. Alright, let's see. This one is a bit longer, so I'm going to speed it up.
Yeah, sure.
To town center. What are you going for here, by the way? Because you're mining a lot of gold. What is your plan?
I wanted to go for a feudal push on his second TC because it's a bit exposed, and I have my Kremlin there. So yeah, the gold is a mistake because I used my wills on the gold in the middle, and then I had a bit too much gold.
Okay. I would have 100% gone for a dock here, by the way, because his 2 golds are both on the edge of the map. So if you want to do this push, there's also no reason not to make a galley and just attack this side and deny the gold as well. Because if he has to move away from golds, he has to go either here or the top ones, which are also next to water. So that's not going to work. So you can force him to pull the longbows back and, you know, harass him on multiple sides, basically.
Yeah, true. I think I'm doing it later in mid game, but yeah, fair point.
Okay. What? You just put 2 houses there?
Yeah, don't know what happened there.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I scouted and was like, okay, he's investing in feudal age, so I have a bit time for the push and don't have to hit the white tower timing.
The only worry here is when you play like a non-English or like Malian civ is, like you said, the food can run out pretty quickly. Especially if he takes the boar, which is a big problem. Because now he should be getting farms, but he's not because he has the boar. So
yeah.
That's the one thing that you should be kind of careful about. Now these walls I don't like, and the reason I don't like them is you need to attack like now. So I would have probably gotten siege engineering first and started building rams. You need probably 2 or 3 rams to get this down fast, because you don't want to fight under this TC for a very long time. You want to like get in there, pop gremlins, and just kill it immediately. And if you're putting walls here, I mean, you're protecting this, but you're also delaying the push quite a bit. And you're still taking damage from the king, so it's not really protecting you. Okay, I like this. Doesn't have wheelbarrow yet. It's a good idle time. Yeah, and he's farming you here a little bit. Yeah, I think the galley here would do so much work.
Yeah, true,
on the
for
gold.
sure.
He would lose out on any upgrades.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Also, probably try to catch this king earlier so you can kill it. Because if you just catch it with like 4 or 5 knights, like right here, if you go from this side, he's 100% dead.
Yeah, the king had so much value in this game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you could definitely push way earlier than 11 here. Way earlier. Because now he has, where are his units? Like he has a lot of longbows. That's the amount that's kind of, you know, becomes a little bit worrying. So I think for him, this push is more than fine. He's got +1. He's got a lot of spearmen, although he lost quite a few there. Here, the gremlins should have been popped. Gremlins going first, and then knights and archers, and you just go through his base. So you don't, I mean, you're doing it now, but you just needed gremlins. So you want to force him to get out of TC and run, so that TC doesn't kill you. Because if you stand here, then he can just put units in TC and attack you from here. So you want to full commit when you go into it. I mean, the fight is still pretty good for you. Gremlins are a bit late, but still fine, still good. The problem is, this push, if it went like 2 minutes earlier, this would have been a lot better for you. Because if you look at the worker count, is already quite severe.
Yeah, right. That's the problem. He already got enough builds, so he doesn't really need the second TC anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So like now, it's not enough to just kill the second TC. You gotta do, you know, more with it. Like you gotta either get an age up now, or you gotta kill production or farms or something. Oof, and again, the galley here would be insane. Because imagine if the galley was here, and that's just map dependent, right? He would have to build farms either here or like here or here, which obviously you have units there, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking of that too late.
I mean, that just comes with the map, right? Obviously, there's no other map you're building a galley to deny gold. You did get 2 archer rangers, which is pretty good. But he's almost at the age up, which is a problem.
Yep.
Like I said, his thing already paid off. Second town center. Oh, he gets caught pretty badly here.
Yep.
That's pretty good for you. Like I would get 8 villagers here, wooden fortress, and I would take this deer, and then you get berries behind it too.
Yeah, that would be nice, true.
That would be really, really good. Even if it's 3 deer here and berries, you also get vision. He also doesn't know what's happening. It'd be really nice for you. But also, this is a position right now where you can also go for the age up. Especially if you had like a wooden fortress here and then wall. Because he is confined in very small space. Okay, there is a galley now. He's confined in very small space, so if you aged up, he doesn't know how much is behind because he has no scouting. And then you just upgrade your archers and, you know. Okay. And good timing on galley as well. But now his army is a lot stronger in general.
He has a lot of men-at-arms now.
Yeah, it's under the buff as well. Like, I think here you just age up and immediately upgrade archers, +1 and veteran upgrade, and you just go again. The moment it finishes, you just go again. Like, this is doing so much damage now.
Yeah.
And now he has to like, make forward farms or...
Yeah, I'm trying to age up, but I have food problems, and yeah, he can push me now a bit.
Here, you 100% pop all the gremlins and go. If you pop gremlins, you win this fight. As long as your archers are shooting at the longbows, you win that fight. Like, the gremlins would do a really good job tanking there, so...
I thought, in this fight, I thought my knights would win the fight against the men-at-arms if I'm focusing the longbows.
Yeah.
But...
yeah, now the gremlins are out. So both times the gremlins were out a bit too late. Like when the fight was kind of already decided, they came out.
Right.
And now he can just run away, right? Because nothing else is chasing him. Here the age up's come. Okay. You always want to make sure you have enough gold for the upgrade. Because it's better to age up with 8, but make sure you have resources for every upgrade than to age up. Because now you're basically at your weakest right at this point. So now, if he actually pushes before your upgrades are done, you just waste a lot of resources. So if I'm here, probably I just YOLO through. Because you don't want your enemy to finish all the upgrades and then you push. But luckily, he's just chilling. So you're gonna get your upgrades in time. He doesn't have gold.
I mean, funny enough, that's what I'm telling my community as well, always. Sometimes you're doing the same mistakes as you're teaching.
It happens. Yeah, so see how... Oh, he's gonna... Maybe lose those? Or you just go here. The archers are doing so much damage. Okay.
It's wall
Like
finished.
now it's just siege battles here. Like right now, if I was you, knights I would stop completely, and I would go crossbow siege because the map is too small for knights at this point. Like there's nowhere you can harass. All the golds are kind of in the back, or I mean he has a white tower here, so it's even worse. So we just go siege here, and it just kind of turns into a siege fiesta at this point.
Yeah, and I lost water, so I have problem to get gold now. That's a bit...
Yeah. I mean, now this is a rough situation because you're playing Rus versus English, but you're pretty... Like, you're even in workers, but he already has farms, right? Yeah, he has full farms, so it's pretty rough. He has white tower. You can't get the relics because they're... Okay, you can get the top two ones, but not the bottom. So you don't really have an advantage right now going for you.
Yeah.
Which is, Rus is like, you have to put yourself in advantageous position, otherwise it's gonna be pretty rough. Yeah, I think from this point on it just becomes siege fiesta, but he has network and you don't.
Yeah, and he has a lot of men-at-arms and I still have not enough crossbows.
Yeah, like if you get to Imp and you have the siege upgrades, you know, maybe, but even then you're gonna probably run out of gold, and he's gonna have farms. So I think from here on out it's a pretty rough one. Like nothing I can say here is like you should have done this or that. It's really gonna help.
Yeah, I see.
You are at a disadvantage. So
yeah, we can go on for the next game. Yeah.
I mean, that's why English also picked there quite a bit, right? Once you get to that stage, and if you have a white tower in a decent spot, it's pretty annoying.
Would you play a second TC in this matchup as English? I've heard like that was a bit too risky.
I mean, you can. That map is a bit small, but you can. Like, I think that if you commit, like, that map is super small, and Rus doesn't often go 1 TC all in, but I think on that map with the galley and forward push, I think he would die. But, like, if he doesn't get punished, then yeah, it's pretty good. Like, also putting the TC that forward is also good and really bad at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, can be risky. Okay, let's see. Delhi versus Mongol.
Yeah, I feel like there are a lot of options as Mongols on this map. I decided to go for Dog first. I was not sure if I should go for spears in Dark Age.
I mean, you can't kill the Dog unless you put like a tower here behind the Dog and stuff like that. But this is usually a pretty awkward matchup because you also don't want to be on the same pond as Delhi. Like, you would preferably be on the other pond so that the fishing boats can harass you.
Yeah, I just went for 3 fishing boats and not more when I saw that he is on the same pond.
Yeah, now if you age up and get arrow slits, that's pretty good for you. So it's like, if you're both making fishing ships, that's bad for you. If you're on different ponds, you both make fishing ships, that's good for you. And then if you age up in feudal and you didn't take any losses, that's also good for you. So like this is fine for you, more than fine.
Yeah, because he has one more fishing boat idle than me.
Yeah. And you're aging up faster, so this is good for you. Like, doing this is very good. You don't take any damage, you're aging up. I would probably try, it's obviously hard, but the moment you age up, make a galley to push away the fishing boats, get another dock here, and get arrow slits on this dock. So a lot of people get arrow slits on this dock, and then it doesn't reach this, right? This fish. But if you get arrow slits here, it's gonna deny that, and if he goes through here, then you have more space to fight with. You have like a concave, so it feels a lot better if you play that way. Okay. Like right now, second dock should be making here. This is like you're trying to take control of the boat of both the river lakes, but he has all his fishing here. So if you take control of this and you kill 7 fishing boats and you have 3, you're very far ahead. So you don't need to go for both at the same time. What he is doing is also very greedy. He should be doubling on the dock here and trying to defend. Whoever wins this pond is gonna win the game.
Yeah, right. I was thinking when I placed my second dock, I didn't have my galley, so I was like, okay, if I can't go for this, I try to control the other one. But I should have waited for the galley and placed it then, because I had a faster H up, yeah.
Look at it this way. Imagine if this is an HRE mirror, and this pond is 4 relics, and this one is 1 relic. Are you gonna full commit units to this to prevent 4, or are you gonna try to maybe get 1? You always commit fully to the 4, right? So you should look at it the same way. Like right now, let's say you committed here, no dock here, right? The first thing he's gonna do is either make fishing ships or make like a galley. He loses 7 fishing ships. You have double dock. You have the control. You produce fishing ships, and you can go castle. And then he needs to make fishing ships here, right? So his whole economy is going to be very, very delayed. Like this is already over on this side. You're 1 ship ahead with arrow slits. So for him, it doesn't make any sense to now try to defend this. He should have either full defended or given up on this. But trying to play both doesn't really make sense. Like for example, for you and him, it makes sense to fight here. For you, because he has more fishing ships, and also for him, because he has more fishing ships here, he should fight full here. And now, because you kill, it's game over. So that's how Kawasan works. It's like with Delhi as well, it's very complicated because their fishing boats can shoot. So it's like, again, if you're on different ponds, it's played a certain way. And then if you're on the same pond, it's played a certain way. And then some people also just skip water for faster age up, and then they go make a dock. So it all depends what kind of spawns you get. But Delhi will usually try to do that with fishing ships either way. So
makes sense.
I think you played that well, except making dock on the bottom. I mean, you saw it didn't do anything in the end, right? Like it's just wasted wood.
I think I felt confident because I was faster feudal and get the arrow slits on my dock. So I was like, okay, I want to deny him getting the second pawn if I can fight him really good on the first one. I think that was my thinking, but so maybe he could have defended the first one, and then I'm in a big trouble.
Then exactly. Then you're like you're trying to grab both of the relics, and then you get neither.
Yeah, right.
Instead of just getting getting his relic basically for yourself. The thing is, like, I see that thought process, and sometimes I do that too, where I'm like, you're basically being too greedy. You're trying to get both pawns. Where you can win one for sure and kill his eco, but you're like, I can also deny the other one, and then later I can make ships. But instead of doing that, what you can do is just go attack his wood line on the land. So just let him make fishing ships, and while he's making fishing ships, you can make units and attack his land. You can go camp his gold, you can do a lot of things. You can even do something like you can start trading if you want, right? Because if the opponent has a ship out, it's very rare that you're going to be able to retake that from a good player, because they're just going to always have 1 ship ahead. Like on your side of the pond, you had 1 extra ship. Like it's very unlikely that you're going to lose that. Like you would have to have AFK ships or something like that for that to happen. So the moment he loses the fight, he just taps out because too far behind at that point.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like it's a draw if he gets the other pawn, but he already invested in 7 fishing boats. So if I manage to kill them, I'm ahead.
Yeah, and you already got 3 working. So it's a big swing in economy. It goes from he is 4 ahead to then you are 3 fishing ships ahead. Like that's a very, very big swing in eco.
Yeah.
In the span of like 30 seconds. Okay, Japanese versus Jushi's Legacy.
Yeah, I already know that I made a ton of mistakes in this game, but yeah, let's see.
What'd you do?
Yeah, I'm losing control about my multitasking, I feel like. So, I'm opening with Shinobis, obviously. But I think my first mistake is that I'm sending my first Shinobi to his dogs and not to his gold.
Okay.
And
Let's see.
I thought
I would age up
maybe...
with more, by the way. I would age up with 6
Yeah.
to 8 here.
I thought I would manage to hit an earlier age up in comparison with
I mean,
him.
Jushi is just like... It's like by far the best in water. It's very hard to beat it. Okay. Let's see. Shinobi comes out. I mean, one thing Shinobi does is, if he sees it coming, he has to stay here. So you can actually do like 2 more rounds of fishing ships or something.
Yeah, and then I'm losing it.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a mistake. Also, when they do stuff like this, you can just send Shinobi on it and start torching it down, or you can go on gold, like you said. Like realistically, what you want to do is maybe poke the gold, then go to the ships. He has to send ships back or keep them here. Then you can use the W, the disable ability on the meditation gardens. Go back to gold. Just make him like, you know, be worried about Shinobi and not.
Yeah.
Like if this was the first one, right? And he has idle time, you can even do that. Start torching it a little bit, and then you go to the docks and you know. But you definitely want to try keep them alive.
Yeah.
Because they will, like at some point you will get with Shinobi and docks. I've had a game recently where I had 6 Shinobi and it was like 5 docks versus 5 docks. And I was pushing with like 20 ships and demos. And I got all 5 Shinobis to disable the docks. And it was like, it's game over. Because he wasn't producing for like 30 seconds. And yeah.
He can't really defend his dogs when you're pushing at the same time, right?
Yeah, because if he goes here to defend, you can just, like, you know, he's up against the wall. You can just completely destroy his army, so.
Yeah.
Okay, a little tower.
Yeah, he's going for Jugunus right away.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, as I said, some stuff happened. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a mistake. I mean, if that doesn't happen, right, you get a tower up. Now, there's always worry about siege engineering, so you should try. It's very important in this map to keep your scout active to see if how much is he committing to ground. Because now he can just, even if this didn't happen, by the way, he can just go around and then you're screwed here. So you have to fight it at multiple sides. So most of the time, it's very map dependent how Holy Island spawns, because sometimes you have that front wood line that's closer to TC, but most of the time you will need to make units. Otherwise, like I said, even if this went up, he goes around and then this is idle, and then that's a whole different problem.
That's the reason I played a stable, right? So I could defend there maybe.
Yeah, now, I mean, this is like really, really rough. Because now what he can do is commit on water, and you can't make like springle ships or demos.
Yeah, that's fast.
Oh, that is rough. There's not a lot of fishing ships.
Yeah, I killed a few because I sneaked
you killed a lot.
I sneaked the galley in the corner at the beginning, and then when he moved out, I could hit the back of his fishing boats.
He has 7 fishing. You have 13. I mean, yeah, if the tower did get up and you were making some units and stuff, this could have been really good for you. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do with Japanese, by the way. Like, if you had a tower there and then tower here, upgrade both. What you can do is actually not even go horseman. When he gets through here, you just pull everything on food and wood, on gold, sorry, you age up and you just spam samurais or mounted samurais and just all in on land. I've seen quite a few players do that, and it's only really viable with like HRE and Japanese. And sometimes what they do is they go like arrow slits on water. So even if they do push on water, you still have quite a few ships. But then if they push into arrow slits, you know, you're not going to instantly lose the dock, so you're still going to have some fishing, and it's going to give you enough eco till so you can push and, you know, deny a lot of the woodline and stuff. Well, that's if you want to play a, you know, more YOLO style, I guess. But here I would probably go like either samurais or just pure archer against what he's doing. Because horsemen can be good, but I think you didn't see the spearman actually, because he only pushed first. Yeah. Okay, now you're making archers. I mean, that's good too. Like right now, this horseman should already be on the other side of the map. The moment he was backing out of here, and you don't see any ramp making immediately, you should immediately counterattack here, and then into the wood line in the back. And then suddenly, you're in the same situation as game 1 with the knights, if you remember. In behind this, you would make archers, and then you go back. His reinforcement was defending, you go back with the horsemen, and then you crunch this army.
Yeah, right.
And then that's terrible for him.
Yeah, that's a nice way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, while my light cav was standing there, I tried to push him on water, but I couldn't break through.
4-2. You definitely have enough to start pressuring. It also depends, by the way, where the fishes are. Like if the fish are, I mean, he has 2 back ones. Sometimes the opponent has like forward fish. So even if you come here and you don't commit, if you can push them back to where the fishing ships are, and he has to move them around, you still deny some economy from him. So it's still pretty good. This is pretty good for you. Oh. Like right now, you don't need to push here. Do you know why? Because...
None.
Do you have any
I'm not
ideas?
sure.
Because you have advantage on land. So what you do here is just farm his villagers here. Like now you're splitting up your attention. So because you're attacking here, you weren't maybe following or looking or mismicroing. And now he's denting you in here. He's not microing anything here, right? You're microing 2 sides, he's microing 1. And because you have advantage on land, all you should do is defend here, keep making ships, and just push the land, get +1 range attack, range armor, and just commit here, denying him from the gold. Because then if he can't get gold, you're in the same situation where he can't make demos, he can't make stringle ships, so then he needs to make units on land, so you have like a full minute probably to do some damage and get more ships on the water.
Yeah, funny enough, I tried to attack at the 2 spots at the same time, so I'm forcing him to make errors, but I did them myself.
Yeah. The thing is, there's nothing wrong, by the way, with, like, you gotta know your strengths and weaknesses, you know? If, let's say you, I'm not saying you do, but let's say you always do this, where it's like, you try 2 sides and then you mess up. There's nothing wrong with being like, okay, I have an advantage on land, I'll just micro the land and I'll just AFK on water. And then if he pushes you on water, you can just send the units back from here, just send them back home and micro on water. And then when water's fine, go back micro on land. So you don't need to, you know, force yourself to do 2 sides if you're not comfortable with, just do 1. If that's what you're, like, if you're better at microing ships than him, if you're just doing that, then just do that. Like, force the opponent to play that kind of game.
True, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling confident on water maps.
Like, see, this is
normally.
what I mean. You won the fight now on water with less ships. Like, you had way less ships there. And you got some good demo hits. And you won the fight, which is really good. Now, if you had the other ships that got destroyed here earlier, you would have a big advantage now. Like, I think now, this situation where you lost a lot of economy, you have to either pick. You're gonna fight water, you're gonna fight land. You can't do both. So right now, you either like, okay, you have arrow slits on one, you're getting arrow slits on the other. Like, that's fine. I would arrow slit on all three here, and I would just commit to full land. I would just go mounted samurai, or onas, and just ignore the water. Just completely ignore.
And I'm still even producing fishing boats, so that's a bit too much. I was feeling like, okay, I'm behind, I have to try something. But yeah, now I'm rushing castle, but still investing in fishing boats, and yeah.
Yeah, the arrow slits is fine. The airship, the fishing ship's definitely not. Sometimes in Holy Island you have to give up on certain part of the map and just commit. I've had games where I give up on land actually, and I transfer 16 villagers here and I build a landmark and I just trade. I'm like, it is what it is. And sometimes
I
you
had
give
the
up on
same.
water.
I had the same situation in the qualifier. I lost completely land and managed to win the game after my opponent placed a wonder on land.
Yeah. So there's always a way back. And now, like, when you age up on water maps, what does the opponent usually do?
Yeah, he pushes for sure.
He pushes on water. That's why you full commit on land and you say fucking YOLO and take all the relics and you just go for it. And you hope that arrow slits will hold long enough to where you're not going to win this, right? You're not winning the water. But what you can do is hold it long enough that he is over-investing and you're full investing on land. And maybe every once in a while you pop out a demo ship. Like, this is a waste. But every once in a while you pop out a demo ship. When Mounted Samurai comes here and here, that's when you queue up some demo ships. So if he doesn't pay attention, he loses everything. Which actually happens really often on these maps.
Yeah,
like right now, if you look at his vision, he's looking right here. I think the Mounted Samurai are about to hit the gold. I don't know if those are samurais or not. But he's look how much arrow slits are buying you time.
Yeah.
He's chilling, you're still fishing. That's the wrong time to send in demos. Because he's 100% gonna get those. Those are not going through. Look, the gold is getting attacked right now. He's still looking here. Oh, now the time is to go with demos. When you see him that he's actually moving the units. Look at his, look, you see his boats? They just ran all forward. Do you see that? Because he was paying attention to the goal. They were all running forward. That's when you send in demos. And this is something that even when you watch games in tournaments, you don't see this because it's very hard to see. It's like, oh, how did he get hit by demos kind of thing, right? But what, you know, people watching in casters don't know, the reason someone gets hit by demos is because they're getting harassed at two different spots on land. And usually it's like unit arrives and then you push his green. You don't try to push while he's actively microing ships because you're not gonna win with 7 boats versus 12. This is just not happening. So the best thing you can do is force him to lose something and then send demos and try to make them work. See, now you're doing the demos, which is very good. And you just hope that they hit. But for this, you need to fully commit on land, like I said. Except some demos on water. Like get relics. If you see it's going really badly and you're doing some damage, get a second town center and try to play on.
Yeah, I tried to do both somehow and that can't work.
Yeah. I mean, if that demo didn't hit, it's still okay-ish for you. Like, this is still pretty annoying for him to take care of. Sometimes you can also make a galley in this situation and just send it here. Because there's so much happening that people don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Here, definitely, like, rally both archers and mounted samurai. Because he will also want to age up, have that in mind. So for him, this is what he's thinking right now. He needs to kill the water immediately, and he needs to age up because he's gonna die to mounted samurai or samurai. So
yeah, he already hit castle now, but
yeah. So what he needs to do is he needs to get the gold, which is why always attacking gold in this situation is really good. Because if you deny that, then he can't age up, nor he can make like trade ships or whatever else. So even if he gets water, it's not, you know, instantly game ending. Any demos? But I feel like this should have gone a bit better for you. I think he had some parked spearmen here, and maybe the first mounted samurai ran into them. But, yeah. I mean, again, you lost, I think it was 13 villagers. Or 13 workers. Before you hit castle, so you were at a disadvantage. But like I said, sometimes you gotta pick. And you just hope it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I should have tried to use the castle timing to push him on land. As you said, put some arrow slits on the docks and then try to survive there.
Yeah.
I mean, somehow I survived there, I'm not sure. But yeah.
Yeah, but this is, like, the thing is, like, what are you, the thing is, what are you fighting for here right now? Even if you get this back, you have to make fishing ships. And then, if you're doing that, then he's gonna kill you on land. Because he's already super ahead, so. This is you need so many resources put in here to take the water back, but you're not even taking it back, you're just taking your side back, but you don't have economy on it, so it's a bit of a waste.
Yeah, true. I agree. Yeah, I guess from this point it's over.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, you're just, like, if you look at the economy, right? You have, what, like almost 1k less income? 900 less income, which is quite a bit. And not to mention it's gonna cause, like, more and more idle time. So, yeah. But other than that, I think, obviously the first Shinobi is very important, like where it goes and what it does, because it has, like, the most impact. So if the first one goes in and dies, it slows down everything quite a bit. Like you said, if the first Shinobi was in gold, and then, you know, you deny the gold, so then he has less demo ships or this or that, then it's a whole, or sprinkle ships or upgrades, it's a whole different game, so it can work out a lot better.
Yeah, true. And my tower on my gold wasn't ready, that was...
Yeah. I mean, you know how it goes, like, sometimes you lose one thing, but then it snowballs really, really bad, and it just kind of goes from there. Like, everything becomes a lot worse, so...
Yeah, true.
All right. Do you have any questions regarding other matchups or these matchups or whatever you got?
I think you gave a lot of input, so I'm fine for now. Thank you so much for your time. I think there were a lot of interesting stuff I haven't think about.
Yeah, I try not to bring up stuff like just micro better, because it's kind of obvious, you know.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Like, you know, don't lose ships to demo ships. So I'm trying to, like, give you advice on stuff that you can do in every game, and it's usually easier to fix. It's just like different decision or different mindset or, you know, whatever else. So you can
that's
can
great,
kind of learn
honestly.
from that.
Because I did the practice best of 5 to have some good replays we can discuss now. And some of the situations I was like, okay, yeah, well, I know that I fucked up there, so I don't really need someone to tell me that I should lose wills there or stuff. Yeah, that's great. You mentioned a few things I haven't think about, so yeah, it was really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. I hope it helped. That's it. Thank you as well.
Thank you, chat. Hope you learned something as well.
Oh, they did. They're absorbing. They're gonna be Conqueror in no time.
I heard they are all Conqueror already, so...
Oh, your chat too?
Yeah,
mine is like 99%, but, you know, there's a dent here and there. They're not on my stream, though.
They always try their best to help me out with some stuff and, you know, give me some tricks and...
Oh, those are permaban in my chat. So, it is what it is. All right, have a good night, and thank you as well. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.